Hello and welcome to DFS Coach Talk. I'm Josh Davis. Today is April 12th. It's Tuesday, 2022, and I am here to talk to you about the Major League Baseball slate. We're going to go over the early game. There's 3 games, and then the main slate, there's 9 games. So before we get into that, if you're new to the channel, if you would give us a like, leave a comment in the comment section, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you want to make sure that you are notified of when our next podcast goes live, hit the notifications bell, and you will get a notification to let you know that our newest podcast has been uploaded. So with that being said, our presenting sponsor is Prizepicks. If you haven't joined Prizepicks yet, go to prizepicks.com. Use promo code CoachTalk. They'll match your first deposit 100% up to $100. There's no drip or anything like that. So you'll go ahead and have that money right away that you can go ahead and start playing with. And if you haven't joined us yet, you can join us at dfscoachtalk.com. We have memberships that start as low as a 3-day membership for $10. And we'd love to have you in our in DFS Coach Talk. Our Discord. We have a Discord. In that Discord, we post our Fanduel lineup, a DK clipboard, which is our top plays for the day and some other plays that we like. And then we have our Yahoo lineups. We give full lineups for Fanduel and Yahoo. So let's go ahead and get into this Major League Baseball slate. Like I said, we have a 3-game early slate. It starts at 4:10 p.m. Eastern. Then I'm going to go over the 9-game main slate, which starts at 7:05 p.m. Eastern. The first 3 games we have are the Seattle Mariners at the Chicago White Sox. Then we have the Cleveland Guardians at Cincinnati Reds and the Chicago Cubs at the Pittsburgh Pirates. My top play on the early slate for a pitcher is going to be Tyler Mahle. He's 9,400 on FanDuel, 8,600 on DraftKings. He had a really strong start to the season in the season opener against Atlanta. He pitched 7 innings. He allowed 0 runs. He struck out 7, allowed only 3 hits, and 2 walks. So I look for him to have a solid day once again. I will say, though, that Cleveland's off to a very strong start and currently leads all of baseball in batting average, so he's not a lock. But the other top pitchers on the slate are expected to have kind of limited pitch counts, so that's another reason why I prefer Mahle on this early slate. My value pitcher on this early slate, there's not really a lot of great options here. You could look at Drew Smyly of the Cubs. He's 6,800 on FanDuel, 5,800 on DraftKings. But Pittsburgh has actually been hitting pretty well this year, and they've given lefties some trouble too with that lineup. So not my favorite, option on this slate, obviously. But as a value play, you could look at him. But there's really not much in the way of value as far as pitching goes on this slate. My fade pitcher on the early slate is actually going to be Shane Bieber. He's 10,400 on FanDuel. He's 9,900 on DraftKings. He did pitch well in the season opener in Kansas City, only allowing 1 run and striking out 4. But the problem is he went less than 5 innings. Unless we get word that he's not going to be on limited pitch count today, I don't want to pay $10K plus for 4 to 5 innings of Shane Bieber. If we get 6 to 7, that'd be great, and it'd be worth the pay. On Prizepicks for my early slate play, I like Tyler Mahle over 28.5 fantasy score. He scored 42 fantasy points in that opener against Atlanta. I look for him to get around 32 to 35 today, so I'm comfortable here with that over at 28.5. My BVP play of the day for the early slate is going to be I actually didn't write anything down here. I'm actually going to go with Tim Anderson. I don't have stats for him, but I do like Tim Anderson. I remember him having good numbers against the pitcher that the Mariners have going out today. So I am going to go with Tim Anderson. Sorry, I didn't have the notes for that. My GPP stacks I like, along with Tim Anderson. I like the White Sox. I like Jose Abreu, Luis Robert, Andrew Vaughn, and, of course, Tim Anderson. On the GPP stack, I like the Cubs, Ian Happ, Seiya Suzuki, Wilson Contreras, Frank Schwindel. Those guys all hit lefties, well. Seiya Suzuki's really been impressive to me, so he's somebody to definitely keep your eye on. My home run call for the early slate is actually going to be a little bit of a value play and hopefully a low-owned guy, and it's going to be Roberto Perez. He's homered off of Drew Smyly before, and he hits lefties really well. I've used him in the past in tournaments, and he seems like he always hits a home run against a lefty whenever I use him. So hopefully that's the case today. Now we're going to look at the 9 games on the main slate. We have the Toronto Blue Jays at the New York Yankees, the Milwaukee Brewers at the Baltimore Orioles, the Miami Marlins at the Los Angeles Angels, the Washington Nationals at the Atlanta Braves, the Los Angeles Dodgers at the Minnesota Twins, Kansas City Royals at the St. Louis Cardinals, the Colorado Rockies at the Texas Rangers, the Houston Astros at the Arizona Diamondbacks, and the San Diego Padres at San Francisco Giants. And I'm not going to dive into the lines, the implied run total, the weather, all that kind of stuff. On the weekends, I will be able to do that for you guys. But during the week, I just have to kind of stick to an abbreviated podcast. My top pitcher play for the main slate is going to be Luis Garcia. He's 8,600 on FanDuel, 9,400 on DraftKings. He has a better matchup on paper than the other top options on this slate, I feel like. Arizona scored the 4th fewest runs so far this year with only 11. He was solid last year as a rookie. He finished 2nd in the rookie voting in the American League, and I think he's going to be even better this year. So good matchup for him. I think that this is a solid position for Garcia to have a decent night tonight. The top value play is actually this pricing is kind of crazy. It's unreal. Dakota Hudson is $9,500 on FanDuel, but he's $6,300 on DraftKings. So you've got a $3,200 difference on DraftKings. So this is a DraftKings value play. I do still like him on FanDuel, even at that higher price, but he's coming off of Tommy John surgery, and he is expected to be in the regular rotation for the Cardinals, and is not supposed to have a pitch count today. So I do like Hudson, especially on DraftKings at 6,300. All we need is 4 to 5 solid innings from him, and he's going to exceed the value. Anything above that's just going to be gravy. But Dakota Hudson, definitely a value play for me on DraftKings. My fade pitcher on the main slate is going to be Yu Darvish. He's 9,700 on FanDuel, 10,100 on DraftKings. He's the most expensive pitcher on this slate on both sites, and he's facing a Giants lineup that's given him some problems in the past with guys like Mike Yastrzemski and Steven Duggar, which leads me to my first prize picks play on the main slate. It's going to be the over on Mike Yastrzemski's 4.5 fantasy score. He's gotten off to a little bit of a slow start, but he did get his first hit of the night last night. I was watching that game, and he almost hit one out after that. So I do think he's going to fairly easily go over this number, as lowest number I've seen for him in a while, at 4.5. He has 4 hits and 10 at-bats against Darvish with 3 home runs and 6 RBIs. So definitely like the over here for Yastrzemski at 4.5. My BVP play for the main slate is going to be Ozzie Albies. He's 3,900 on FanDuel, 4,700 on DraftKings. He's hitting 400 against Patrick Corbin with 10 hits and 25 at-bats, including 3 home runs, 2 doubles, and a triple. He's someone that I'm going to try and get in all of my lineups tonight. So Ozzie Albies is one of my top plays on this slate, and he's also our thumbnail for this video. My top stacks tonight are the Atlanta Braves with Albies, of course, Dansby Swanson, Marcell Ozuna, and Adam Duvall. And you've probably heard me use this one before, the St. Louis Cardinals with Goldschmidt, Carlson, O'Neill, Nolan Arenado. Really like the Cardinals once again, going up against Daniel Lynch, a lefty that I think they can take advantage of. My home run call is, along with the Cardinal stack, is going to be Paul Goldschmidt. He mashes lefties really well. I like Goldschmidt tonight to hit one out. And that is it, guys, for the podcast. As far as going over the early in the main slate, if you have any questions, comments, please leave them in the comment section. You can follow us on Twitter. I'm at JPDavis1982. Coach is at Joe Servati. We are at DFS Coach Talk. And we hope to see you guys again tomorrow on Wednesday when we look to crush it in MLB DFS.